So when I was a child, I was a really weird child who asked many weird questions to their parents about. I don't know. I was like 3, and I asked my mom like, what was the meaning of life? Like, what does it mean to be here? And so of course my mom looked at me like, you're just 3 or 4. Like, why are you even thinking about that? Like, how come? Go and play with your toys. It just bothered me because I don't even know. So I had these seeds from somewhere since I can remember. And I never really could make them have sense in my life because of my environment didn't let me. And at some point when I was studying environmental science, because this is what I studied, um, at the very end, I met Omar, who is another student here. And he was coming back from a volunteering here at the CCTV. And he just, I don't remember exactly how, but he started to tell me stories about the master and the philosophy about Buddhism. And somehow that connected with my thoughts, with my earlier thoughts, and some of the experience that I had along my life because of that thoughts. And I was so surprised because, of course, you there and there hear about Buddhism, and like it's kind of like a known religion, right? But I never really took care to pay close attention or to be more curious about that until I found him, and he started talking to me about the Buddhism. And so I was like, wow, this is very interesting. Surprisingly, my thoughts somehow make sense. Finally, makes sense. I'm not crazy. It was, uh, to be honest, it was very important for me. At that very moment, I was going through a very hard depression because obviously I had this constant feeling of not fitting in. And that's always like, why am I like this? Why do I think the way I think? If it doesn't make sense, if I cannot do anything with it. And if I had to try to push myself to fit in some place that doesn't make sense for me, but so it was kind of hard. And this opened a window for me to have sense in my life. And I recover purpose. So I wanted to learn more. And he told me that they had this retreat and that we could come. And so I was very excited. And I tried to get my visa my tourist visa, but as a Mexican, it's very hard. You need a lot of requirements to get your visa as a tourist. And so it was denied, and I couldn't come, and I was devastated. I really thought, I had all kind of thoughts. I thought like, okay, I have not enough roots, or I have not good deeds, or I had a lot of things to thought about that. And then he told me about the school. He said that they had this school in which they studied Buddhism and also was inside the CCTV, so you will get the chance to be closer to the actual Buddhism, like the practice of the Buddhism. Not only you will go and read about it, you will be able to practice. And I was like, oh my God, I want that. Like I want that. And from that moment on, all my decisions I took in order to get here. Like every job that I took, it was like in order to save money. So I thought that at some point, I didn't know how, but I was gonna be here. And 4 years later, here I am.